Everyone, is currently the 7th going into the 8th of November 2013. You are looking at the latest satellite imagery of a very violent and severe typhoon. I do not say those words lightly. This truly is one of the most damaging storm systems, or very likely to be one of the most damaging storm systems, not only for the Philippines, but the entire world here in 2013, and already the strongest storm on the face of the earth for 2013. Pressure right now at 895 HPA, right around that center of circulation in the middle of this eye. I think that if we had recon and hurricane hunters fly in and out of this, which we do not have that opportunity in the Western Pacific, the pressure could be even lower. It's just an incredibly large and dangerous storm system, and the main threat, it is now just continuing to bear down here on Visayas in the central Philippines. And it's not just the eastern seaboards that want to watch this very closely throughout the next 24 to 48 hours. It's all of the Philippines. This is just a massive and large storm system. And thankfully, Pagasa has come around. They're starting to issue warnings, and they very rarely issue signal force number 4. I think this is only the third time I've seen it in the last few years, and numerous provinces under signal force number 4, number 3, all of Visayas. Basically, it says none for Visayas for signal force number 1, 30, 60 kilometer per hour winds. That's because they're expecting basically number 3 and number 4 as this does push overhead. And what this means just in general, so for those of you that do not really understand that signal force warning scale, is that it is going to be typhoon strength winds starting tonight through basically Friday evening and the Saturday morning from Samar, Leyte, northern Mindanao here, extending all the way out there towards Palawan. Even Manila, you could be seeing typhoon strength wind gusts. I do think it's going to stay around tropical storm strength, but those winds are going to be getting up there. Also, the storm surge, 5 to 6 meters above the normal tide level. Not to mention, we're talking about heavy rainfall, 500 to 600 millimeters is very well possible with this storm. This is a track from the Joint Typhoon Warning Center. Winds 165 gusting to 200 knots. That is well over 300 kilometers per hour. As far as JTWC, take a look at this, 165 knots. The Saffir-Simpson Scale is 137 knots or higher. If there was a category 6, this would be approaching the category 6 level. In category 5 on the Saffir-Simpson Scale, is catastrophic damage will occur. High percentage of homes are going to be destroyed. That is why experienced storm chasers, and several of them, including James Reynolds, a Westpac weather author, is there ahead of the storm. This is something he does for a living. He's actually gone ahead and said he's a little bit nervous about this one. Actually, complex feelings is what he put, and so the other chasers that are with him as well. The good news is that the Philippine media picked up on this long before the Philippine Meteorological Agency started putting out warnings back here earlier on this week. Actually, when it was way back here towards the southeast of Guam, we started talking about it on Sunday. Plenty of time to watch a storm system, and the models have been spot on, and the forecast has been spot on of where this is going to be making landfall. The only downside, it's actually stronger than what we expected, but people have been making preparation. Just an image from Jim Edson from extremestorms.com, who's out there as well. A little bit grainy on this image, but about 170 families inside a church here on Leyte. Another image from ABS-CBN there on Leyte as well, inside a gymnasium. And overall, just thousands and thousands of people have been told to evacuate. To compare this up with BOFA from last year in the bottom right, I know this is not the scale, but you have Leyte here, Leyte there. It's much larger than what BOFA was, and that ended up with 2,000 casualties just prior to landfall, both of these images. And it's not just the winds near the center of circulation with it, but it is just a massive storm system. We're going to take a look at the GFS model outlook, and remember, GFS has actually been weaker as far as the intensity of this storm, and I do apologize for some of this being in Japanese here, but these winds, tropical storm strengths extending well off towards the north, where this makes landfall along the southern periphery of Samar, and I do think it's going to go a little bit farther north than what this model is putting out, but this is where you're going to be seeing the highest risk of storm surge. Some areas here at 5 to 6 meters above the normal tide level, like I said. Also into the higher elevations here on Samar and Leyte, that moisture is going to flow onshore, and we're looking at some areas there, and even over towards portions west of these islands, extending out there towards even Cebu, towards the south. You could be seeing 3 to possibly 500 millimeters of rainfall. It's just these hilly areas, that rain's going to come down. This is moving rather fast. There is so much moisture in the atmosphere. Mudslides are going to be high at risk. Storm surge, not just near the eastern seaboard, but also farther towards the west. This is racing about 30 kilometers per hour. So even out there towards San Jose, southern portions of Luzon, you're going to be seeing an increase in the tide. And yes, Manila, I do think we're going to be seeing some tropical storm strength winds out there for you as it pushes there towards the south on Friday night into Saturday morning. Those winds coming in from the east offshore. High waves out here as well, and also in northern Palawan. So as we showed earlier, everybody is under some sort of signal force warning today. Really, just our hopes go out to everybody ahead of this storm. And I think that's how I'm going to end it. Please leave questions and comments down in the comment section down there below. One other thing is, please do go check the webpage if you're watching this on YouTube. I'm getting a lot of people asking me where they can get information. Well, we have the webpage, the Tropical Information Center. All the tracks are there and all numerous updates, not just from me, but numerous Western Pacific weather authors as well. And also in the early morning hours here on Friday, we're doing a live webcast, so stay tuned for that. You can check informational updates on Facebook and Twitter at Westpac Weather. As always, though, everybody, thanks for watching, and with all honesty, stay safe out there.